Hello, everyone, and welcome to Someone Should Have Told Me. I have my friend Janice with me today, and we were talking and laughing about her dating, and I said dating after 50, and she says, girl, after 60. So let me just introduce you to Janice right now. This is Janice. Hello, Janice.
Hello. How is everyone doing?
Well, of course we fine. No. But so Janice had met this guy, and Janice
Yes.
went out on this date with this guy after talking to him. So I'm gonna let Janice tell y'all the story because she talked to him on the phone for a little while and then decided to go out with him. So how long did you talk to him on the phone for, Janice?
A week.
For a week?
A week.
And where'd you
Every
meet
day.
him at? Somebody introduced you, right?
Someone introduced me to him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we talked for a week every day. And he told me that, he had just gotten out of a marriage, divorced and what have you. And, he just told me bits and pieces about it. He didn't, give me any names of the wife or what have you, or ex-wife. And we finally made a date. And we met at a really nice restaurant. Really nice. I can't remember the name. You remember it?
It was like in a high-class part of town.
Yes, it was on Old Woodward, but I can't remember the name. I want to say Flannels, but that might be wrong. I don't know. But, so I met him there, and when we met up in front of the restaurant, he reminded me of my son's father, but I'm going to say my baby daddy. So,
her baby daddy.
My baby daddy. So, he was light-skinned, bald head, tall, slim, but my baby daddy was light-skinned, slim, but a head full of good hair because he was mixed. So, I was looking at him like, oh, God. This wouldn't be dating someone new because he reminds me so much of
my
him,
baby daddy.
My baby daddy. So I said, well, whatever. So we walk in, we get into the restaurant. Really nice restaurant. Ambiance was beautiful. It was just awesome. So we sit down, and he had been talking about this restaurant all week. I have good food and whatever, and can't believe I had never been there before and whatever. So we get there, the waitress comes, I placed my order, he placed his order, and so she walked away. So we talked more back and forth about the same thing that we had been talking about all week. Right.
So he ain't even had nothing new to say?
No, nothing new. Well, little bits and pieces. He told me they had a fast race car that he liked to race only on the track. And he keep that storage and whatever. So, again, little things about the divorce and how they lived together, up until they got a divorce, which I thought was weird, but hey. So,
because usually once you say you're getting a divorce, somebody moving out, right? But I've been hearing about that a lot lately, that people, even after getting a divorce, be still living together because it was this guy at work who was trying to talk to this girl, this lady at work. And he was like, she still live with her ex-husband. I'm like, what? He was like, yeah, they divorced, but they live together. I'm like, what? Right. And you went over there and picked her up? And he was like, yeah, I mean, he don't care. They divorced. I'm like, oh my goodness.
I think they continue living together because of the lifestyle that they used to having as far as financially wise.
Right.
So they like, hey, house big enough, you stay over there and I'll stay over here, whatever.
You be on the south wing and I'm on the north wing.
But I'm not trying to do that. I mean, we couldn't get along for some reason, so you saying a piece of paper was able to make it to whereas we can live civil together because we're not married because of a piece of paper. That's stupid.
It's stupid, and then it makes me think, did you ever love them anyway? Because then you seeing people come pick them up and doing stuff. But I did do a podcast a little while ago that, what might work for you in your relationship might not work for me.
Right.
And everybody got to have their own relationship. But just saying, that is really weird. Okay. Yeah. I am so sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, so y'all ordered y'all food.
So we ordered our food. I ordered salmon and
potatoes.
No, he ordered the potatoes.
He did.
Yeah, onion soup. That
French onion.
French onion, yeah. And I got a salad. I got something else on the side. I can't remember. My memory going bad.
Oh, girl.
I'm 61.
Oh, my goodness.
Work with me. But so
that's not all. Just saying.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, whatever.
Yeah, well, I mean, You're only as old as you feel.
Look, you better take some ginkgo or something, because
I need something. You have something now. So I get my food. Now, mind you, I've been saving myself all day. I'm like, I'm not eating nothing because, someone else had told me that the place was nice and had good food. I just can't remember the name of it. Fleming's.
It doesn't matter.
It don't matter, right? Let me stop. So, so I had saved myself. So I got there, sat down, the food came, and they brought my salmon out. Oh my God, this salmon was so fluffy. The flakes just, when you break it with your fork, it just fall apart. So I was eating and whatever. We was eating and talking and what have you. So he was again talking about the same old that we had been talking about. So I'm eating my food. So he had ordered this baked potato. It was huge. So he said, you want some of the potato? So I said, no, I'm okay. I said, but I do want some of your spinach, because he had ordered his spinach. So I got some of the spinach and whatever I was eating. So he said, well, enough about me. Tell me about Candice. Now, you guys know my name is Janice. So I'm busy eating the heck out of that salmon because it was so good till I didn't hear what he said. I heard him say, tell me. I thought he was saying, tell me about Candice. No, I'm sorry. I thought he said, I'm going to tell you about Candice, because he had said eventually he was going to tell me, more about the marriage, because, they had grew apart, and so he was going to go in more in depth. So I was so busy eating that food, and it was so good that that's what I thought he was about to tell me about Candice. So I'm eating and saying to myself, this food is so good. So
she's not fat, y'all. Let's just let me say that, because she sounds
like a big girl. But so I'm eating. So he said, okay, tell me about Candice. So I turned and looked at him, like, you know how your dog look at you when you do some crazy. Turns out, huh? So I looked at him like that, and I said, Candice. He was like, yeah, Candice. I was like, my name not Candice. He's like, your name is Candice. No, it's not. He was like, your name is Candice. I've been talking to you for a whole week, and your name is Candice. I said, I know my name. My name is Janice, not Candice. This fool pulls his phone out to look at the name that was on, they had me put in his phone. Right. He was like, oh, your name is Janice. I said, yes, I know my name. He was like, well, Janice, Candice, Janice. I said, no. No. I said, but it's okay, because in my mind, I was eating that food like I was a runaway slave, and I hadn't had food in forever. I cared less. And a lot of people, when I told them the story, there was some women was like, I'd have cussed him out. And some was like, oh, he was this. I cared less.
And I said, when she told me the story, I said, I guess we won't be going out with him no more. And this is what she said to me.
Well, if you want to buy me a meal again, I won't have no problem going out, because girl got to eat. And you can call me Candice again.
Oh my goodness.
we wasn't in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Right, we had only been talking a week. Right. So it didn't bother me that he called me that, because I thought, I never did ask, is that the wife's name? I just assumed that was her name. And hey, that's what he had been talking about. So I wasn't offended at all, because there was no chemistry there yet. Right. But I'm sure if it were, then I probably would be a little salty. But at that time, I had a delicious meal. Oh, yeah. So then the waitress came with the dessert tray. And so she's like, do you guys want dessert? I looked at him, and I said, do I get dessert? She said, yes, let me have that lava cake with vanilla ice cream, please. And then he said, oh, I'm full. Well, I said, well, let me taste that baked potato, because it looks good. I cared less about Candice. I did. And then there's someone...
Look, and then you just went to eating like it was...
I did. Shoot. And that cake came. I offered him some. He said no. I said to myself, thank goodness, because the lava cake is only so big. And they skimpy on the ice cream. So when he said no, I was at it. And we talked a little more. And then he said that... that he would give me a call. He walked me to my car. I got in my car. I put my seatbelt on, let my sunroof back, put my sunglasses on, and was rolling.
Did he ever call again?
He called once, but I never called him. He called that one time, and we talked, and he didn't call anymore. He knew that
Right, that was kind of messy. But like you said, you had only been talking to him for a week.
Right.
But... if he was planning on having any kind of relationship, he should at least got the name right.
Right. And if he wanted to have a relationship after the he should have tried more than once. He only tried, calling me once. Just because I didn't call you didn't mean that I wasn't interested. So if you want to be with that person, he should have called back. So he wasn't interested either, as far as I was concerned. Or I wasn't worth fighting
Maybe
for.
He said, that girl can eat. Right. She didn't look like she could eat. Right.
She can eat. Probably like, that's okay. I'll go back to the other ones that act like they have a little sense. I had dessert and my 3-course meal and some of his spinach and potato.
Yeah, he was probably like,
no. No. Mm-mm.
So, you think that maybe after that, he just gave up because he was like, she ain't gonna never get over that?
Well, perhaps, or maybe I wasn't
what he wanted.
Yeah.
But then he did call the one time, so that was nice.
And he probably did it out of, courtesy, which was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah. It wasn't going to be anything anyway, because like I said, he reminded me of my baby daddy. Right. And it's not because we had any beef or anything, because we're really cool. It's that when I decide that I want someone new, I want them to be different from anyone that I've dated.
100%
right.
different.
Yes.
You don't want them looking like nobody.
Right.
You know what? My mother-in-law, her boyfriend died. And then next thing I know, she was sending us a picture of this other guy. I found somebody looked just like my ex. And he did, really, in that picture. Mm-hmm. But then when we met him for real, he didn't look like him. And then he didn't act like him. Like her guy was like real quick with his words, and he was like in photography. He wanted to be a producer and all that stuff. Where this guy, I feel kind of bad because I think that she is wishing for what was, and she's not getting it except for what it looked like. Mm-hmm. He's much younger than her, from what I understand. I'm not even sure, because he don't look younger than her, because she looked good for her age.
Okay.
But he don't look younger than her. Mm-hmm. But they say he's much younger than her. And he's not really, doing any good for her. So I had gave my husband a birthday party, and they came. And then, welcome. Everybody's welcome. Everybody. And then somebody came up to me and said, that man said he didn't know y'all. It's like, what? She said, I asked him, how did he know your husband? How did he know Vincent? And what brought them to the party? He was like, we just stopped by. We don't know them. And so then I told my mother-in-law, and she was like, oh, he just crazy. He just like say anything or whatever. I'm like, but he's telling my guests that he just stopped by and making them feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, they just walked off the street. Yes.
It was at a park now too.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, who is this? What do you mean you just stopped by?
Wow.
Yeah, it was at a park because it was a nice, huge party.
Okay.
And we had a lot of guests. But he did come with my mother-in-law. And he didn't even know he was there for her son.
Right.
Like, what is going on?
Yeah, well, he wasn't really interested in her either, for that matter. If
well, they still together.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh.
They still together.
Okay, then.
But she don't really bring them around us. Like, that was the first time and the last time that I seen them. And that was in August. And this is December.
Right.
Yeah. And I think I've seen her once since then. We met her somewhere or whatever. And then he was up somewhere. He wasn't far.
Okay.
But he didn't come down to meet us or whatever. Okay. Anyway, so what other dating experiences have you had lately?
I haven't been on a date since him.
Since him?
Yeah.
So, what do you think about the dating sites?
Oh, I have a good one for you guys.
I'm laughing already because I know she is so funny. So,
this guy came on my my Facebook.
Okay.
And it popped up and said that he was friends, that he and I were friends. No, that he and I were following 50 Cent. So I clicked on it because he was asking me to be his friend or whatever. So I clicked on it, and he was handsome, but he looked too young, so I ignored it. Long story short, I was forwarding a video to everyone that's, that's friends with me on Facebook. Yeah. Right. And I guess I clicked him. So when I did, he responded right back. It's like, wow, it's been a year since I responded to you. So I looked, I'm like, wow, I was. Ladies, I erased it. Ladies, this man is so fine. No, Linda, I just deleted his pictures out of my phone. But he is drop dead gorgeous. Okay? So he's in the military.
Okay.
He's 40 some years old. Mm-hmm. And so he's, when I became his friend, I was able to look at his pictures. So I had him in his uniform and in his street clothes or whatever, just gorgeous. When I say gorgeous, teeth, everything. His 9-year-old son. His wife passed of cancer, mm-hmm. and he raises his son. Right now, he's in Africa, guarding some gate or something.
Wait a minute. How do you know right now he in Africa?
Well, I mean, when we were messaging at that time.
Okay. At that time. In Africa.
Right. Okay. Right. So, we talking back and forth. We're texting back and forth. So, eventually, I told him that I wanted to FaceTime so I could see him. So he said, well, I can talk to you. I can't FaceTime. So I said, okay. So we started talking. Uh-oh. So we started talking. Well, he had told me that he was from Jamaica. So, I was expecting the accent. Okay. So we talking back and forth. So, like I said, he told me about his 9-year-old. He told me that, what his plans were to retire from the military and start internet, some kind of internet business, whatever. So we going back and forth. And I had started, being interested in him. Even though he was younger, it was fine.
It don't matter. You can handle it.
Yeah, I can. As if he could handle me. So, and mind you, I haven't been intimate in 8 years.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so I'm going to break somebody's back.
Oh, my God. Oh. Okay, I don't need nobody emailing me now to get with Janice. No. Oh, my God. Yeah. We'll talk about that in a minute also. And since she so willingly shared that with us.
So I'm like, okay, this, it'll be cool, because he had time before would be out.
Right.
Okay. So we're going back and forth. So I told him that I wanted for him to FaceTime me because I wanted to see him, because just certain words, the way he would pronounce them, made me think that he was from Africa.
Okay. Because
I work for the airport, and I deal with a lot of my drivers that come. They're African, and I talk to them on a regular. So therefore, I know. So he kept saying that he couldn't because because it would cause the safety of where they are. Mm-hmm. So I was
in the
military. So I said, okay, that makes sense or whatever. So I tried to put it out of my mind, but just the things that he was, when
right,
we were talking,
something wasn't right.
It wasn't right.
And why you can't never face
right?
Me?
And I said, well, why you can't because when I call him, he could see me. I would always call so he could see me.
Oh.
Yes.
So he looking at you the whole time and won't click his thing. So,
right.
You know what? And so now that don't make sense.
Because it's not safe.
Right.
Regardless of whoever.
Right.
The video part of it kicks on, whatever. But he thought I was foolish,
Well, so, maybe a little bit. You don't know technology
and I don't. So I was saying, well, maybe because it's on my end or whatever. I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Plus, you thought you was cute.
Yeah.
You thought you was cute.
I thought I was
cute.
So
you was like, hello.
Yes.
Showing yourself.
How are you? So I'm talking to him, whatever. So then he starts sending me, more pictures, more recent, and other pictures he sent me.
Oh, my Lord. Okay, so her eyes is rolling up in her head. So, but the thing is, were any of them him?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So,
look, the other ones too. If he wasn't sending the real ones of the other one of his face,
right? So I
So
don't know.
He probably wasn't sending the real one
of that,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my!
But it looked good though.
Oh my god!
It was well worth it.
Oh my goodness! Mm-hmm. Okay. Anyway.
So just one day out of the blue, he asked me to send him $500.
Oh.
You know I am about my money.
Right.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Right. So I was like, $500, why? He said, well, remember I told you the other day that someone did fraud on his bank account. And saying that he's over there in Africa, there's no way to...
Africa? He was supposed to be from Africa.
No, he was in Africa.
Oh, okay.
Guarding.
Okay.
No, he's from Jamaica, supposedly. So, they had, tapped into his account somehow, and it was frozen or whatever. And that his son needed school clothes. And he needed to send the money for his son's school clothes. So I was like, oh, wow. He's like, yeah. So I said, oh, okay. I didn't say yes and I didn't say no.
Right.
So we kept on talking or whatever. So he asked me, so are you going to, you never did say if you was going to give me the money. So I said, oh, no, I'm not. I said, I'm taking my grandboys on a vacation because every summer I take them, we go on a vacation. So I said, no, and I can't afford us to go on our vacation and send you $500. No. I said, what you need to do is give me all of that information of your bank account and whatever you have, give it to me and I'll talk to them from the States and, tell them what's going on, this, that, and the third. He was like, I did that already. Well, if you did it, then why is your account still frozen? So I'm saying to myself, yeah, this is not this guy here.
Right.
So I just would talk to him whenever I had time to answer the phone. So then he contacted me. He told me that he wasn't going to be able to talk to me anymore on the phone. He'd just be able to text because he hasn't been able to pay his cell phone bill because he doesn't have access to his money.
Right.
But I was telling him, why is it that if you're in the Army, the government not giving you your money?
Right.
They should find some kind of way to get you an account or physically give you your money or something. There's no way you over there fighting for Africa, for the Army, and they just not paying you because of your bank account.
Right.
So I said, so I don't know what you're going to do. Because at this point, I know he was bullcrapping me.
Right.
And I really felt it anyway. But you know how you really want something to be?
Right.
You know, so...
you wanted that fine man.
That fine man. And all the things I was going to do. So then he texted me a couple days back. Messaged me a couple days later, and said, well, at least can you give me $100? So I messaged him back and said, you know what? I am very disappointed in you. Because, for one, you shouldn't be asking me for any money. I don't know you. I haven't saw your face. I don't even know if you're who you are. I said, you know who I am. That's without a doubt. And I need a man that's going to send me $500.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm old school.
That one.
That one. Yes. I'm not with that 50-50 and we go half on whatever. If you're going to be my man, you're going to be a man. So I told him, and I'm blocking you, and I'm not, don't even reply to this because you blocked. You blocked and you banned and you got a do not disturb and all that. So I stopped. I blocked him or whatever. But I was so disappointed because I really wanted it to be him.
Right.
And it wasn't. And then I had another one that tried the same thing a couple weeks ago.
Get out of here.
I'm not lying to you.
On Facebook too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reported him.
You should.
I went on there and reported because. Yeah.
So what did he say?
He said this guy was fine too.
Of course they all fine.
Right.
They can't put their own ugly faces up there. They know everybody don't want nobody ugly.
Right. But then you know what? I would respect it better if because it's all guys from Africa.
Okay.
So they just really trying to make some money, a little hustle, get a little money from here, a little money.
Right.
I would respect you better if you would have said, hey, I'm down on my luck, or, my village burned down, or my hut, or
the
whatever.
Village of the hut.
My village, my hut, whatever it is, can you
the campfire caught the TP.
Right.
You are so crazy.
I said something. I would respect you more, and I probably would have maybe sent something, But you want to...
No, you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't have, but I'm just saying. Man, be honest. That's all I want.
You know what? And that's the whole thing about anything. Honesty will get you so much further than a lie.
Yes.
But we ain't trying to tell you crooks how to get what you want. But
right. Yeah.
But, just like the good people, if you just be honest, and I talk about that all the time on these podcasts, is because I can't stand a liar.
Me either.
What can you do with a liar?
Nothing.
If you can't believe nothing they say, you can't believe nothing they do. And I don't even want to make that about this, but it just goes to show you what I be saying is true. You can't not believe a liar.
No. And if you lie, you'll steal.
That's what everybody always
for real.
Says. If you lie, you're steal.
You're steal. So I can't trust you with what I have. Right. And then I can't trust you on what you're saying or doing. So they come hand in hand. So I just rather a person be honest with me, because the truth is the truth. And no matter what it is, the truth is the truth. And You can't change the truth.
Nope.
So if you tell me the truth and say, Janice, I don't like the way you do such and such, such and such. And if I love you enough or care enough, whether it's a relationship or you and I friendship, if you were to say, Janice, I don't like the way you do such and such, such and such, I wouldn't be mad at you or hurt because, especially if what you're saying is so.
Right.
I would say, okay, I apologize. I'm gonna work on it. I'm not gonna tell you that I'm gonna fix it, because if it's the truth, that's who you are and that's what you do. But if you care enough about that person, then you would try to,
take
fix
their
it.
advice,
right,
and be like, well, maybe I do need to work on that. Because another thing I always say is, not one of us is perfect. No. And we all can do some tweaking, and then we grow, and then something that we never even thought about, could happen, and we need to tweak that too. We are never perfect.
Right.
Never. Yeah. So.
And men have a reason, and I'm not going to just say men. I'm going to say people. People feel that they rather lie to you than to tell you the truth and hurt you. You're hurting me more when you're lying.
Yes.
Because now I can't trust nothing that you say.
And I might as well not even be anywhere near you, because the relationship is very much broken. Yes. And it'll take a lot to get that trust back.
And getting the trust back from a lie.
It's hard, because you don't know if they're lying.
Right. Yeah. Well, when you lying to me about all the other stuff, then you sitting down thinking like, man, did he or she lie about this and this and that? So now you got your partner or whoever it is wondering, like, who is this person?
Right. Have they lied to me all this whole relationship?
Right.
But it's like, it's really hard, though, for single people, period, because I talked to this guy who is over 60 as well. He actually just retired. He on TikTok, and he said they all want to do cryptocurrency and all that, and they want, oh, can you send me a plane ticket? I'll come and be there with you and take care of you and all this stuff. So really, I guess the online thing, and I have met people who have met good people on whatever it is, swipe left, swipe right, right. You swipe yes or swipe no, whatever. I've been married for a long time, so I don't know exactly. Right. But I've seen people get married after that. Now, the key thing probably isn't finding a person at that point. Is staying married after you done married somebody like that. So the first person that I ever knew that got married after meeting somebody on the internet, she was a doctor. And everybody talked about her because it was very, very new at that time. That was years and years ago. Right. And so then she had 2 children by this guy and everything. And I seen her the other day, and now she's divorced. And it's very unfortunate, But she did meet him online, but that didn't have nothing to do with it. It worked up until then. It's hard to sustain a relationship even after getting a relationship. And then, like my neighbors, they got married, and like I told you, he's probably in his 70s and she's probably in her 50s. And she made the joke that she told her daughter, because at that time, me and my husband, when they got married, I think we had been married like 30 years or something like that. And she said, I told my daughter that she could plan our 50-year anniversary in the graveyard. I'm like, ooh, how morbid.
Right. What the heck?
Yep. So I was like, oh my goodness. So then, at that age and you getting married, you ain't got time to play around. No. Life is so short. You don't have time to play around with these people. No. And
playing games.
Yes. Yeah. So it's like you want somebody real. And I think, if they've been out there for a long time, they probably ain't no good anyway, or somebody would have snatched them up a long time ago. Exactly. So something's wrong with them. I tell guys about girls, if nobody ain't never married this person, it's something wrong with them, Yeah. So it's like, they never been married in their whole life and they 50 years old. Nobody wants them. Somebody's wrong with them. Yeah, but we are going to close out now. I thank Janice for sharing her stories with us. And, as always, I love you all. You can listen to me at Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and anywhere that you listen to your podcasts. Of course, you can also email me at sshtmpodcast@gmail.com. And I look forward to talking to you guys soon. And I love you so much. Have a happy holiday week and shopping up until Christmas. Love you. Bye.